And then when it showed up, I was like, yeah, I needed to get like 500.
Whoa, what? I have all the 4s in the deck.
Ladies are over here making bread. We got a rousing game of blush going on.
I'm making dough.
You're making dough?
I'm making a kangaroo.
A kangaroo, okay.
Is that the raisin box?
Hey, I'm missing some.
I would use this.
Right.
I think you took some.
You have to straighten
It's
up.
nice. Matthew.
Have to straighten it. Okay, thanks. Is that all better? Okay.
Good morning, beautiful people. It was a fine spring morning. The weather is wonderful. Yeah, open some more windows. We got doors open. We need more windows open. It's kind of cold last night. You know, like in the 40s, but it's just like makes for really crisp, beautiful mornings. So we've been enjoying it. All right. I don't think I need to explain what's going on. You're making bread stuff, and boys are enjoying kitchen time.
They are.
Buggy's enjoying kitchen time.
Oh, you're.
She's making cinnamon bread now.
That wasn't what I planned with that piece of dough, but all right.
I guess it is now.
It is.
All right. So I'm going to head outside and start planting.
All right.
Because I've got some stuff that showed up yesterday in the middle of filming that needs to go in the ground today. All right. This right here. I can pull a bundle out. That is a bundle of strawberries. I think it's 25 strawberry plants right there. We ordered some strawberries. We've got strawberries scattered here and there, but we need more. I think last year when we put in those 70 blueberries, we realized we like strawberries also. So this is just a start. I'm sure there will be many, many more, but I'm gonna start sticking these literally everywhere. I'm using the strawberries as kind of a ground cover layer out in the orchard. I also have a bed over here that we have some blueberries and some like blackberries growing. I'm gonna stick some in there. It's gonna be fun. Copperhead, weeding tool, a shovel, got my water, got my strawberries. All right, we're ready. All right, first stop is gonna be over here at our little berry bed that's kind of over by the fire pit. I'm gonna throw a couple strawberries in there. I have a feeling this 100 strawberries is not gonna go very far. You know, when you're sitting down to order plants, 100 sounds like a huge number. And then when it showed up, I was like, yeah, I needed to get like 500 for what I want to do with them. Now, people might hear that and think, 500's a little excessive. We like strawberries. I would rather get to the point with food production to where we can give it away because we have so much abundance. I think that'd be really cool. And you know, if putting 100 strawberries here and 100 strawberries there gets us to the point where we can call our friends and say, if you want strawberries, come get them. I think that'd be really cool. You know, maybe, you know, we've talked about actually, you know, opening up like a farm stand or something like that. That would be kind of cool. It's just not on the agenda just yet. Here's the bed they're gonna go in. We've got various blueberries in here. We have some red raspberries. It's actually an ever-bearing raspberry, which is kind of weird. It produced fruit all the way up until our first frost. And then we have some thornless blackberries over there. The raspberry's actually probably gonna take over this bed. It grew so much last year. It produced fruit in its first year. And then these blueberries, some of them been in, gosh, for 3 years. And then some down here have only been in since last fall. So what I'm going to do with these strawberries is just kind of stick them on the outside of the bed and, you know, kind of in the middle and just let them go crazy. If they want to spread and become ground cover, that would be ideal. But I'm just going to start sticking stuff everywhere. A whole bundle of 25 just went in just this half the bed. That was what I was planning. That went really quick. So maybe planting 100 strawberries is not going to take as long as I thought. I guess I'll head on down to the orchard and figure out which trees I have weeded that are ready to have some strawberries planted. I really don't want to get hung up weeding the entire orchard today, just so I can plant strawberries, but I guess I'll just do what I can. I've weeded some of the trees and some of the spots, but I'll just get down here and see what needs to be done. All right, so in this spot right here, this is really kind of a guild I've got going on. There's more stuff that needs to be added to it. I've got a nitrogen fixer right in the middle that's basically servicing these 3 trees right here. I do have some strawberries that my friend Billy gave me. He probably gave me 200 of them. I planted them all in fall, and I mean, I scattered them everywhere. I've got strawberries from my friend Billy here, up in the woods orchard, really everywhere. They are all over this property. Some made it, some didn't. We're gonna add to it. We'll just keep stacking different varieties and different types, basically until this piece of the property right here, this orchard, this will become probably the most productive piece on this property. And the more we stack, the more we pull out. So you think about it, you're already doing work to mulch all of your trees. That's improving the soil. You've got fruit coming off the trees. Why not farm the ground as well? So that's kind of where we're at. It's kind of a food forest. It's a cool setup. I'm gonna walk around real quick and see which trees need weeding and where I can plant strawberries. I can already tell you right now, right in this area, we put a whole bunch of wood chips in this area, and we had the Bermuda grass start taking it over. It was kind of frustrating. Right now the Bermuda grass is dormant, which means it's a good time to start getting in there and ripping it up, but there's just so much of it. It's just like, forget it. I'm gonna look around. Yep, there's a cat. She found us. Looks like you found us too.
Can I get?
Be nice to Kitty. No, don't grab her head, she'll scratch you. Millie just tolerates the baby. Some of these, like this one, like I can see the strawberries in there, but I really need to get in here and weed and re-mulch everything. Same with this one. I think since we mulched these, 2 weeks ago, with all this poopy hay from the cow, since the weeding situation is not that bad with these ones, I think this is where I'm gonna plant strawberries. All right, I'm gonna start planting. All right, I have one bundle left. These are gonna go up in the orchard, up in the woods. Been buried with some of that nice, cool, wet dirt. Kind of heal them in so they don't dry out real bad. I suppose I could soak them in water too, but this was fine for last night. I didn't want them to be all wet and gross while I was, not that it matters, I'm all muddy now anyways. All right, I'm gonna go in and rescue Meg from the grumpy baby so Meg can go run her errands. What are you up here doing, lady? Uh-oh, she's got Cindy out. Cindy Loppers. Pruning the rose bush, huh?
Yeah, trying. It's kind of a mess. I've never really pruned it before, so it's just like jumbled.
It is kind of a jumbled mess. Yeah. I mean, by judging by the base down there, someone pruned it at one time.
At some point, yeah.
But it's pretty much, we've just left it and not touched it since we've been here.
Yeah.
I think I hacked part of it that was like leaned over, and anytime I came by with the lawnmower, it'd grab my ear. And so in a fit of rage, I like stepped on it and ran it over with the mower.
As you do.
Yeah, well, when you have a rose bush hook you in the ear.
Right.
Like,
not so comfortable.
Not so comfortable. I actually came to rescue you, so you can go run your errands.
Oh, okay, cool.
We get home from karate last night, and she's got this goofy look on her face. I was like, what's going on? She's like, I ordered bees. Okay, I guess we're getting into bees.
Sometimes you just need to like
bite the bullet and do it.
Bite the bullet and do it, and give yourself a deadline, because you won't do it otherwise.
That's true.
So that's where we're at.
We work very good with deadlines.
We do, actually. We do.
It's like, oh, I got a deadline? All right, knuckle down.
That's right. I'm gonna go put these away and go get bee stuff.
Get bee stuff. All right. You eating some salted radishes? You like salted radishes? I am cooking Meg's bread while she is gone. I've got the loaves of that raisin cinnamon bread. I just pulled the rolls out of the oven. Wait for these to cool down. And since it's about lunchtime, if you guys watched, I think it was yesterday's video, Meg showed how we've been making a basically lunch meat. She showed how to prepare chicken, cook it sous vide, and then you basically make a big meat log. I'm gonna take that right now, put it on the deli slicer, slice it up, and then with these fresh bread rolls, I can have a fresh, let's see, my mouth's starting to water just thinking about it. Have a fresh chicken sandwich. They're really good. Really, really good. 5 minutes left until those loaves need to come out of the oven. I think in the meantime, I'll get the deli slicer set up and slice up some of that chicken. All right, so it doesn't look like much, but that makes some really good lunch meat. So it's honestly, it kind of reminds me almost like a chicken nugget. I mean, if you think about it, it's the same process. For like chicken nuggets, all they're doing is they just grind up everything. This, I deboned a chicken for Meg. She cooked everything, light meat, dark meat, everything all together. Then she didn't cook it. She put it all together, blended it up with all the seasoning, all the spices, and then once it's a paste, she rolls it up into a log, sous vide it, cooks it at, just below boiling, and then makes the log. We then slice the log, and you use that just like any other deli meat. Last time it was crumbly, but it wasn't this crumbly, but it's fine. Honestly, I like the crumbly stuff just fine because you can feel all the nooks and crannies of your sandwich. I'm gonna make me a sandwich right now. Looking at it, it looks kind of bland, but then you taste it, and it tastes like you're eating roast, like freshly cooked chicken. It's so good. Honestly, nothing beats homemade mayonnaise. People are gonna freak you out. That might be too much onion. Just make a massive mess. I bet you before I even get a chance to clean it up, Meg will get home. Be like, what have you done to my kitchen? I'll say I was gonna clean it up. For real. I actually like my sandwiches a little bit on the heavy on the mayonnaise. This is just some sriracha. I am actually kind of addicted to this stuff. There you have it. Eating this tastes like I got it from a restaurant or something. It's bomb. All right, Mama's back. Are you happy Mama's back? You're home.
I'm home.
You're fed.
I am, and I'm knitting.
Yeah. You got all of the bee equipment that we need since the spur of the moment bee purchase.
I mean, it wasn't totally spur of the moment. It was more like...
Actually, we've planned this for quite a long time.
Months.
It's just been one of those things like actually pulling the trigger.
Right.
You just happen to pull the trigger without discussing it.
You told me to get bees, and I did.
It's all right. I'm happy with this decision.
Yeah, I think our garden will also be happy with this decision.
There is a severe lack of bees around here.
Yes.
Like when we see a bee, it's like, hey, look, that's a honeybee.
Yeah.
I've never been in a place where there's more bumblebees than honeybees.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a little weird.
it's kind of weird. All right, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna plant the last 25 strawberries. You'd actually said, hey, why don't you fill out one of the green stalks?
Yeah.
We'd planted a whole bunch of strawberries from Billy in that green stalk, and some of them made it, some of them didn't.
Yeah.
It got really, really cold in December after we planted them, and I don't think they were very established. So I'm gonna go out there right now, check out the green stalk, and then I'm gonna go up in the woods and plant some more. All those peas we planted are all coming up. They are looking great. Honestly, I'd forgot we had even planted peas. They're all coming up. Actually, I do believe this green stalk needs a little love anyways. It's looking kind of low on dirt. I'll dismantle this green stalk. I'm gonna add some dirt to it because it's supposed to be a little bit fuller with the dirt. I'll just pull the strawberries up to the new dirt level. I think I have an extra bag of potting soil in there, so I'll go grab that and I'll be right back. All right, bottom layer. Doesn't look like we have any survivors, which is fine. That would be the top layer. We have one survivor. This one, that strawberry is doing great.
It is.
This one is clinging to life. That one's doing pretty good. So I'm gonna top all of these off. The ones that actually have strawberries, we'll bring up to the surface, and then this may actually take most of our strawberries.
Yeah, I've seen it.
There's a couple of them, they have one strawberry, so at least 5.
Yeah.
That's 25.
Well, I guess it would be.
So
there you go.
yeah. Where do these go?
Huh?
Where do
They're
these go?
extras, so I just put them there.
Was that the whole bundle?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay,
That's what's left.
then I'll stick them in here. All right, since that took about an entire bundle of strawberries, so 25, might as well roll with it. So for those of you who don't know, this contraption is called a green stalk. They're kind of local. They're out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And they're all made in the USA. They
Yes,
do all their own
100% made in the USA. I wish we had known about every time I work with these green stalks, if I had known about these back when we were still living in, suburbia, we would have had these everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different having so much space, but these things are still cool. We have a green one over there. You can get them in green and
They have various colors.
yeah, they have a couple different colors.
Yeah.
We've got one that's up there by the well house. It's got, like, they make a turntable that it sits on so you can come out and rotate it so everything gets the sun.
Yeah.
This one, I've got it on a paver on some casters, so it does the same thing. It works as a turntable. Pretty sweet.
Yeah,
and then the fact that they're, American made is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's all a family business and they're
Yeah.
super, super sweet.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
We met them at Homesteaders of America a couple years ago. Really cool. We've worked with Greenstock pretty much since we've been here, and we will continue to do so. It's a cool company, cool people. We do, because we are kind of affiliated with them, we do have a code. I think it's still valid. It's
Hollar 10.
Hollar 10. If you're looking to get yourself a Greenstock, they're pretty cool. So figured I'd say that real quick just in case people are like, what the heck is this weird planter thing you guys are planting strawberries in?
And where do I get one?
And you can plant anything you want. A lot of people see that and go, oh yeah, it's a strawberry tower. Those have been around since, the 60s, the 70s. No, you can literally plant anything you want in them. In fact, they look really cool. I've seen people grow beans out of them, and the beans are all draped over, like all sorts of stuff. You can grow.
They have these deep ones and then they have more shallow ones.
I think the shallow one's the one up top. Once it's stacked, the way you water it, you just water it on top, and the water percolates down through the entire thing from top to bottom, and there's a drain in the bottom. So if you were on a patio or something, you could actually hook like a drain hose to the bottom, so you don't have to worry about flooding your balcony or whatever your case may be. So they've really thought these things out. We're almost done, and then I'll get this thing stacked up and watered. All right, so water drains through the middle, and water drains through these holes that are basically centered with every single pocket. And so if, you're supposed to fill the dirt level up to the top, but as this dirt compacts and settles over time, you'll be able to see exactly where that water's coming through. You'll see a little stream coming into here on each pocket to water each plant pocket. And then as the water filters down, as it's going through the middle drops into, each gray dish that's in the top of each section.
Right, in between.
And then that dish fills up and spreads out water. It's a really cool system.
It is a really cool system.
And so basically, usually by the time, as the water is running in here, usually by the time the water gets up here, like, you're watered. So, like, I could stop right now and just let all this just drain on in, and that should be enough to water the whole thing. Because it's kind of dry right now, I'm gonna sit here and water it for a little bit. But if you look, water's already starting to come out the bottom. So that means just that little bit I watered it, all of the layers of this thing are getting watered. Pretty cool little doodad.
When we're first starting to plant in them, like the first time, like we've got it filled up and we put new stuff in it, we usually water like from the outside as well.
Yeah.
Just to get everything established really well.
Since I don't have an end on this hose.
Yeah, don't flood them out.
Like blasting all the dirt out. Yep, that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. Okay, well, now that I'm done planting strawberries for the day.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I gotta show you guys. All right, so while you were gone, me and Buggy and the two youngest were walking out here in the woods. Actually, like this is a good example. These trees behind me, these are Bradford Pears, or they're the offspring of Bradford Pears. So the reason these are so horrible is they do this. They get thorns, and I mean horrible thorns. The older the branch, the worse the thorns, until you've got thorns that are that big. And these things, they'll go through car tires, lawnmower tires, tractor tires. They'll go through your rubber boot, straight into your foot.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know. So anybody who lives in the South where these Bradford Pears, I forget the name. What's the name of this particular?
I don't remember.
I can't think of the name. It's got a different name, but it started as a Bradford pear. The Bradford pear made fruit. Fruit was eaten by birds. Seeds were distributed. They come up, they have thorns. Horrible tree. Because it is in the pear family, I started doing some research. It's like, why would such a horrible tree exist? Well, it turns out they were originally brought here as a rootstock. Well, it got me thinking. If they were originally brought here as a rootstock, you know, you can use them as a landscape tree, a flowering tree. They're kind of pretty in the first thing. They're the first color in the spring. You get these real pretty, you know, the whole tree turns white, and they're real pretty. Yeah. They stink.
They stink so bad.
They
are very beautiful.
They just have a nasty, like cat pee.
Yeah.
It's just not a good smell.
Yeah.
To my point, this right here is one I pollarded. I chopped the top of it, dropped it, I actually wood chipped it, and then I tried grafting to it. We've got apple, and pear.
Like a good pear.
Like a good pear.
Not a Bradford pear.
Checking these today, the pear is actually starting to grow. These, which they feel pretty solid now, those are not dead. Either of them. I don't know if the apples are gonna take, but they still have life to them. So I basically proved my theory right. Now all of a sudden I don't have enough Bradford pears on my property because now I can turn every single one of these pokey trees into a fruit tree.
Yeah.
All of a sudden every single bit of pruning debris that I generate from our orchard can now come anywhere on the property, and I have a nice, healthy, hard to kill, established rootstock. I'm kind of bummed. I only grafted one over the winter, which was this one. But now that I know that it works, you better believe I'm gonna graft pretty much every single Bradford pear on our property. And we have a good amount of them, especially up here in the woods.
Yep.
There's a lot of them. So I thought I would share that.
Yeah.
Anybody who has Bradford pears that they are cursing, quit cursing them. You just got yourself some huge fruit trees. You just have to do a little grafting. Oh my Lanta. What did you do to the baby?
I didn't do
What
nothing.
did she do to
What did you do? Did you get into the ice cream?
She licked out the bowl. Vigorously.
I've been off doing chores and we made ice cream
Damn. And dinner.
and dinner. All of a sudden, you whipped up some carbonara, ice cream.
Yeah.
I didn't even see you start ice cream. How long have I been gone?
I don't know. An hour?
All right, let's eat. Somebody got some food in her belly.
She did. She feels much better.
Do you feel better, chocolate face? Like
Yeah.
chocolate forehead, chocolate smile, chocolate nose.
Just headed straight for the bath.
Yes, she looks like it. All right, that's gonna do it for us for today. So we will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.